Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Assembly. I'm back from picking my son up, and I've done a little bit of preparation, which included recognizing that down here there is a Desperado. There's a car. And, you know, given the fact that I've been running these cars into the ground lately, I should probably have a backup. So rather than just driving down there and claiming an outpost, which is boring, I've loaded up my character with enough supplies to get another car going. So I'm going to run down there and claim that car. I don't have a lot of bullets on me. At least both of my weapons are suppressed. But hopefully I won't need them. If I can just stay out of the way of most of these zombies, we should be good. Whoa. Wait, what? Okay, apparently there's a... Whoa, did he just destroy... What? Is that Juggernaut destroying bloaters? Get away from me. I think that Juggernaut just stomped a couple of his own bloater friends.
Watch the feral.
Well, of course there's a feral. Okay, I'm just gonna keep moving this way, hoping he doesn't notice me. Okay. Actually, I wonder... Yeah, so I don't have a heavy weapon. I think those corn stalks, because they're destructible, they might actually break with heavy weapons just like fences. I never tested it on a corn stalk. I am very lucky that feral didn't notice me. That seems like an unlikely outcome, but that's what happened. Oh, hey there, Artalvos. Thanks for joining us. Just noticed that you were there. I should acknowledge everyone in the chat, including Rainfall and V Falcon, and of course Cogs and Coalition, and Raneth Cord, and Malator. Malator's here too. No. Okay, I didn't have a lot of bullets. Those screamers felt like they would be worth it. Because I did not want the result of them making their noises. So, once I've claimed this outpost... Oh, you'll notice I didn't bring any, stamina with me. Because that's how I roll. But, let's see if we can break sightlines with these guys. I've got some fire that I can use to take them out if I need to. But I wonder if I break sightlines with them and sort of take a hard left over here. Will that be enough to get them off my tail? It looks like yes. It looks like I might have actually lost them, so that's good. Let's just recover a little bit. Get that guy on the defensive. Okay. Maybe be a little bit sneakier this time around. Type Metal just shows up and asks me how I'm doing. I'm doing well, Type Metal. Thank you for asking. So, Hardcore State of Decay says that feral is glitched. Probably was. I mean, there's a chance that I just legitimately stayed out of his view cone, which, you know, why does he have a view cone when he's blind? I don't know. But it's entirely possible that that's what happened. But, and it could be legitimate, but he also could have been glitched in some way. Hard to know. Oh, hey, Del Z Slayer is here. Good to see you too, Del. So Artalvos is pointing out that apparently, did I pass 2 Normas? Artalvos is reacting to having seen 2 Normas. And that. So yeah, Normas, there are folks who love the Norma, the sort of the old-fashioned pickup truck like the one from Lassie. But kind of bemoan the fact that they don't spawn that often. And so I'm trying to remember, is there a mission that spawns Normas? Because it's entirely possible that if I've had a mission... Because I know that, like, for instance, I probably have... Because I've been ignoring the Prepper Ant mission this time through, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of Jeeps somewhere because of that Prepper Ant mission. I don't know if we spawn Norma with one of the missions. If we do, then it's entirely possible that, yeah, that I did something that caused a bunch of Normas to show up. Dr. Lackenstein is suggesting that actually the mechanics might spawn Normas, and I think I did actually have the mechanics on the map, so that could easily be what happened. Oh. I crouched a little too late. Luckily, that guy was no big deal. I'm hearing more zombies than I'm seeing. But I'm running anyway. But yeah, so everybody is confirming that yes, Normas do show up with the mechanics. And oh gosh, so many people. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm gonna try to break sight lines. Let that screamer summon people to the screamer, but not to where I am. Hopefully this will work. Okay, put a couple of fences between me and the zombies. Now I'm gonna try to get behind that shed. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I couldn't remember what kind of vehicle the Desperado
Looks like a
was.
Juggernaut, only nastier.
But it's the Jeep, right? This is the same car? Yeah, it is the same car I was looking for. So, cool. This is the car I came for. I have been struggling a little bit with off-roading, so having one of these vehicles would be good. Let me just get it all ready to drive. There's this Juggernaut nearby, which I'm not super happy about. I'm thinking, if I'm going to be quiet, I should probably not start this engine quite yet. I'll have this car all ready to go. But before I do anything noisy, let's go and claim this outpost. So I'm claiming this outpost because my people have been going through cure so fast. I want to make sure I've got a really nice, reliable supply of meds. So I've already got one meds outpost, which I think has me breaking even on meds, but I need to be making a profit. So we're gonna go grab this sucker. Ooh, Coalition is saying that his audio is out of sync. Definitely let me know if your audio is out of sync, if anyone else's is, because I would not like to have to try to correct something like that in post, because the whole reason I have the approach that I have to doing my streams is so that I don't have to spend a bunch of time editing.
Got a bloater.
A bloater? Outside. Good. Oh, but I don't know if that's going to last for long. Okay. Seems like they're converging on me now. Stop it. Sheesh. Okay, hopefully this is just a horde of 4. Okay, the guy who's... Okay, there's a screamer over here. Make sure he's not going to cause any problems. And then... some zombie over there recognized that I was inside and wanted to come after me. And there's the bloater. Let's just make that not a potential problem for me. Oh, are these the zombies that were coming after me inside? I wonder if I can sneak up on them. Oh! Ah, no, I can't! Okay. Wow, that was like the classic zombie around a corner that you get in the movies. My weapon's not in the best shape. Hopefully that won't matter too much. Let's clear the rest of this place out. Get off me! Whew, okay. Okay, good. So, folks are telling me that my audio's alright. That is a relief. I'm kind of impressed by those zombies that figured out I was in this place, came in through the door, and followed me out the front door. That was pretty I don't know, nice go-getter behavior for a zombie. Oh, so I am Fenwick asked, did I miss your review of the ending of Senua's Sacrifice, of Hellblade? So when I ended Hellblade, I needed to go soon afterwards, and so I wasn't able to sit there and sort of discuss it after the fact. And no, I never actually came back and did. partly just because, I don't know, like a lot of the thoughts that I had at the very end were direct reactions to having been through the emotional experience of, you know, going through that ending and watching the final cutscene. And I don't actually remember what I was feeling then. And so whatever I didn't say at that point, it will never be said. It's just lost forever. But that's okay. I think that's a reason for people to go play the game themselves and get their own impressions of it, because, I mean, that game was beautiful and brilliant, and I loved it. I mean, the thing that I loved about it was that it's so rare to get a video game where the story is about a lot more than just a plot. It's, you know, like a lot of video game stories are just, well, you've got to do this first, and then this second, and then this third, and then this is next, and then this happens, and oh no, this bad thing happened. What are you going to do? You're going to do this next. You know, and it's just very, very plot driven. And I just love how Hellblade was about discovering and understanding this character's experience. It just felt like a different kind of storytelling from what I usually get from video games. And so it was just it's so kind of cool and refreshing. And yeah, and I just love that the resolution wasn't, you know, I started out with, like, you know, here's my goal and here's the obstacles, and I overcome the obstacles and achieve the goal. I like that the game subverted that and was much more about, you know, evaluating your goal, you know, figuring out if your goal was actually the right goal, and coming up with maybe, you know, another way to find resolution to grief that isn't just revenge and isn't just sort of chasing your sort of a first emotional reaction, but processing it and rethinking, you know, the situation, rethinking your attitude about yourself. There's just a lot of really, really good stuff in there. So yeah, I was really happy that I played that game, and so I definitely would encourage anybody who, if that sounds like a good thing, go play Hellblade. If you think that's the kind of thing you might like. Oh, hello.
That's it for my ammo.
Okay, so I'm all out of pistol ammo. Kind of want to clear out as much stuff as I can from this area before I head home. That Juggernaut's going to cause me problems, though. I guess I could head over here. And there's a horde over... yeah, that horde. Nope, 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 nope. So that horde over there is a problem. The Juggernaut's a problem. I'd really like not to deal with any of them. And that means carefully choosing where I want to go. So we got this place, which probably doesn't have a lot in it, but, you know, whatever. Stuff is good. I like stuff. So Ian Fenwick says, I recommend looking into it just for how much work they did to make it as accurate as possible from someone who suffers from psychosis. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so that is another thing I really like about it, too, is the fact that, you know, it's very easy, especially if you're making a fantasy story, you know, where it's like you've got a lot of room to decide what's true and what's not in your world. It would have been very easy for them to say, oh, yeah, she's just got, you know, some sort of fantastical madness, you know, and do sort of a cartoonish version of someone, you know, having a questionable grasp on reality. But, you know, and that's nice. It's like, you know, people get used to tropes like that in movies and video games, like the whole, you know, amnesia trope where your character starts out with no memory and then they have to figure out, who am I, you know? Which is, I mean, it can be interesting, but it's also not like it's not like it's an experience that a lot of people actually have in reality. It's not like there's, you know, something that you can learn about humanity by seeing a person go through an experience that literally no one ever goes through. I mean, not literally no one. I mean, people do suffer memory loss, but not in the way, not very often in the way that people suffer memory loss in these kinds of stories. It's, you know, suffering a serious head injury is likely to cause you different problems other than memory loss. And it's not just sort of it's not just sort of like a fun a fun plot device, not in real life. And so we get used to those tropes, you get used to expecting, a certain treatment of mental health that is just, using it for plot devices, but not really handling it accurately. And so it is really refreshing to see them, like they're in a fantasy game. They could have done literally anything and everyone would have kind of accepted it, but they decided to address their character's sanity in a way that actually felt like it fit with reality. Like you could say like, oh, I actually might know someone who deals with this kind of experience, this kind of disconnection from reality, this kind of, hearing voices, having your own mind feel like it's divided against itself.
No room for that.
And even, like for me, I don't suffer from the same kind of like voice hearing psychosis that Senua does, but I suffer from anxiety. I am often my own worst enemy when it comes to deciding how I ought to feel about myself. I naturally and immediately always jump to the worst possible conclusions about myself because of the the anxiety problems that I have. And so hearing Senua's voices like tear her down all the time was very familiar to me, even though it's not my experience isn't literally like that. It's still familiar, Okay, I would like to not make a bunch of... Stop it. At least it was the non-blood plague one that went after me. Okay, now the bloaters are too close. I can't get in the car with these bloaters around. Okay, this is about to go bad. Let me just put some distance between me and these other zombies. But yeah, so what you ended up with, even though Senua's story is fantastical. It's not like we're meant to believe in these gods that she fought, or believe in, like literally think that, the exact experience that she had could happen. It makes the story feel much more meaningful to an actual human experience. And it feels like instead of just, exploring some fantastical experience that some, absolutely made up character had. Like, I feel like I had an experience that was, at least metaphorically, very relevant to reality and to like real people's experiences. And so it felt more meaningful to me because of that. So I really do appreciate the way that they approached that story. Good. I was worried that I was going to find a bunch of stuff I couldn't carry, but it looks like I have just enough space. Oh, it was good to see you, Del. Thanks for showing up. And Convex Axis says, finish State of Decay 3, take my money. We are working on State of Decay 3. I don't think we'll be able to finish it anytime soon. Okay, we still got clouds. Oh, we got clouds because we've got... Okay, dang it. We got juggernauts. At least the juggernauts are stomping on the bloaters. Getting the bloaters out of my way. Eventually those clouds will dissipate. But now there's juggernauts around my car. I went to all this trouble to come down here and get this stupid car. And now I need to leave because I've got no room left in any of my places where I stick stuff. There's still another... Okay, I just attracted the zombies' attention in that direction. I've got no idea if that's going to be helpful, actually. I don't have any distractions. I do have a cheap Molotov that I could use. Ooh, I have a cheap Molotov I could use. So, the bloater explosion attracted them, and I think that setting off the Molotov at least set several of them on fire, so there'll be fewer of them. Oh, there's 3. Is that 3 juggernauts? What in the world? What do I do with that?
Can't do it.
I'm just going to bide my time over here and hope that they move. Okay, they have moved. Okay, they started moving in that direction. Good, 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 good. Okay, anybody around? They have moved the car. And they're coming after it. Okay, okay, okay. But we're fine. We're fine. Okay, good, 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 good. Whew. Get away, Feral. Okay, so... What now? It just occurred to me, I just made an outpost, which means I could have dropped off more of my stuff. I wasn't even thinking about that. Ooh, there's a wandering trader. Up there. Okay, that's actually, no, they're pretty close to my base. Let's head back to base. Drop some stuff off. Well, actually, we're right near an outpost. Let's go to this outpost, swap out some of our stuff. And then, what do we have here? Let's drop that in there. Swap out some of our stuff, and let's grab some things to sell to that trader. So we'll drop this, and this, and this, and that. And then let's grab all the luxuries.
Nowhere for that to go.
Let's pile as many luxuries as we can into the back of this Jeep. Alright, I might want to actually not bring my stamina stuff with me this time because space is at a premium. This and this and this and this. And then let's also drop that because I want to bring this water cooler, which is unnecessary. We'll sell that too. Okay, I think we've got all of our spots filled. So Coalition was suggesting that one thing I could have done to escape was because there was a random mission spawned right next to me, I could have gone and started that mission, grabbed that character, and then used that character to sort of tank the Juggernaut while I escaped. That probably would have worked, actually. That's a good idea. I didn't catch it until too late, and honestly, like, I might have felt too guilty to actually do it, but that's a good idea. Oh, Ranith Court is pointing out that if I actually carried a larger backpack, I wouldn't need to be making a lot of these hard decisions about how many things to carry. That's true, but, I mean, this backpack looks so nice on him. Oh, gosh. Get away. No. All right. Is that another one? Here, come here. Would you decide where your head is, please? All right. Well, this is a problem. Okay, so first off, there we go. I just like to not have a bunch of ads come and join me. All right. Of course, I decided not to bring any fire. This is what you were talking about. Okay, so there we go. All right. So the Wandering Trader might be helpful fighting these zombies. So let's go over, be near them. Hey there, Wandering Trader. I brought some friends. Want to help me out? The Wandering Trader has infinite ammunition, so. Okay, have we got everybody? I think we got everybody. Ooh, ammo. Okay, great. Oh, so glad I did this. Okay, let's sell some stuff. Magnum ammo press, handgun ammo press, rifle ammo press. Oh, this is great. This is what I was missing. Okay, I'm gonna grab the handgun ammo press because, like, I've actually been having trouble in this community keeping myself in just normal ammo. So I'm going to grab these luxuries. Drop off this. And let's go back. Let's keep buying stuff. Oh, hello, Candy.
I'm looking to do some trading.
All right.
Did that not work? Let's try again.
Got anything useful you're looking to unload?
All right.
So I've got... Okay, what? Oh, she's getting distracted by this zombie. You good? Let's try again.
Each other out.
Of course.
I'll sell you this nonsense. And so the Magnum's going to be a little less important. I'm not really that reliant on Magnum firing stuff. Rifle is going to be more important. But I can afford both, so I am going to grab both. And actually, let's just carry all these ammo presses with me, because why not? Because I want to grab that last sack of ammo. I'm going to need this stuff. If I'm going to go after these plague hearts the way I'm planning, I'm going to need all the ammo I can get. So,
What do you say to a bit of bartering?
Of course.
What do you say to a bit of bartering?
All right.
stop getting distracted by nearby zombies. Okay, here we go. There we go. Nice. So, I've got room for like one more rucksack. Ooh, gun shed. And a feral. Sure, that's fine. Let's run up and grab that gun shed, take out that feral, and we're ready to go home. Coalition suggests, what if the Warlord boon... We were talking earlier, in an earlier episode, about the effects of boons and if they could be improved. Coalition suggests, what if the Warlord boon could give you ammo presses? That's a good idea. I like that. I haven't thought it through in context of everything else, and so I'm not telling you that's what we're going to do, but that is a good idea. Because, you know, the biggest problem with the Warlord boon is the fact that it's a short-term thing. It's like it gives you a quick pile of stuff at the beginning, which, you know, if you're starting a brand new community completely from scratch, is fairly useful. But you know, as soon as you start finding weapons, its usefulness drops precipitously. And if you've brought in legacy survivors with their own equipment, the value of it is really, really low. But yeah, if they give you something that had sort of that kind of long-term value, that might really be worthwhile. So that's a good suggestion, Coalition. Cool. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of stuff. Oh, no room for this Magnum? No. Okay, well, there's more stuff to come back for. Oh gosh, there's a Juggernaut near me! No! Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away! We're just gonna run in a big circle. Okay, so I've got no room left in my inventory to grab the rest of the stuff in that shed, so I'm just not gonna worry about it. Let's have that guy not cling to the car. And we're headed home. That was a very productive run. I'm feeling good about that. It's a little weird because the road that this base is on is like a dirt road. I always feel like it's just in the middle of nowhere. Like looking at the map, I always kind of expect that this house is going to look like it's on a road. And then whenever I get to it, I'm like, do I really live here? Is that really my house? Because it just looks like it's just sitting in the middle of the field. So Raneth Cord says that ammo presses make ammo less efficiently and with more micromanagement required than just sort ammo, though. If you've got a ton of ammo you can go through, and you just want to sort ammo and just sort of use sort of the, oh, nice. And just sort of like, you know, figure that, oh, well, once I've sorted enough ammo, I'll have all the types I need. that works just fine. But for me, a lot of the time, you know, I'm going after a particular type of ammo, and just the rolls will go against me. So let me install. So right now I've got this heavy-duty ammo press that I'm not going to use. So let's install. I think the handgun ammo press is actually the one I need the most urgently. I wonder if any of these other spots will let me install ammo presses in them. I doubt it. Yeah, this won't. And this won't. Okay, yeah, so I can only have one at a time. And I've totally overfilled my ammo capacity. Actually, do I have room to... What am I doing? Do I have room to upgrade my storage? No, it's the grain silo storage. That's right. So it's got a lot of space, but not enough for all this ammo. So I need to use some of this ammo. And I'd like to target some of the stuff that I'm short on. So, which is everything. So let's have a look specifically, though. So I've got some 357, I've got some 12 gauge, and I've got some 556, and a little bit of 50 that I'm never going to use anyway. And so I know that a lot of the guns that my people have, they fire 45. So I need a bunch of 45. I think that I might also need some 9mm. Like, what does this fire? This fires 9mm. Let's pop around to my different characters and just get an assessment. Okay, this guy, 44 Magnum would be nice. This is the guy who's using the 556. Actually, let me get him some more of that 556 since he's here. We'll grab some of that 556 for his inventory. This guy, he's got a 45 and a 7.62. Sure, you can start your mission and I'll immediately cancel it again. 12 gauge and 9mm. So far, 9mm might actually be the winner. 9mm. 22 and 45. And Creighton, 45. Okay, so we got kind of an even need for 9mm and 45. So once we're done installing that mod,
I'm good, but I ain't that good.
we'll grab that. And then how much does it cost to upgrade this? 800 influence. So we can't quite afford to upgrade our clinic yet. But we are sitting pretty now when it comes to ammo. We have got so much ammo. I'm so glad that Wandering Trader showed up. That was great. So Naughty Cicero just showed up and says, just found you and wanted to say, I love this franchise. Sequel is incredible, and I can't wait for 3. Thank you so much. That really actually warms my heart to have people come into my chat and tell me that sort of thing. So thank you so much, Naughty, for... Or I guess I should call you Cicero for showing up and saying that. That really makes a difference to me. So, let's see here. Coalition is telling me that I should produce medicine at the field hospital. I forgot, is that in here? It uses ethanol and chemicals, and some parts. I feel like I'm kind of doing okay when it comes to meds right now. I don't feel like I really need to produce it this moment. I actually really wish I had a doctor so that I could make first aid kits, though, because those would be really helpful. So Cog says, what if the game allowed you to send a community member out with an inventory of stuff to sell to other players? So that actually is something we, very early on, we actually did think about doing asynchronous mechanics like that. Oh yeah, so you folks were not kidding about this sort of bullet creation method being more efficient. Like handgun ammo being the right choice because we can make it so much more efficiently. Because yeah, these amounts of bullets that I'm making with this ammo press are pretty high compared with, I think that the rifle ammo types, the rifle calibers are they show up in much smaller amounts. So okay, I just made a bunch of pistol ammo. Let's actually do a comparison. Okay, so we saw that for 4 ammo, I get 60, 55, and 50 of these guys. So I've actually forgotten what the other amounts were. So let's install the rifle ammo press now. And once that's done, we'll have a look. And then let's also look at the... okay, so sort ammo, it produces random ammo, and it costs only 2 ammo instead of 4. And so I don't remember exactly how much it produces, and unfortunately, we don't do a great job of telling you. I think we pop notifications up on the left side of the screen, but they're really easy to miss, and it might not give you all that much to work with. But anyway, yeah, cogs. So we had thought about doing that, but like trying to sort of create the sense that players across the world were all playing in the same world, even though they were playing in separate communities. And one of the things we did think of was the idea of like letting you do something to let other players interact with your community, something like trading. We never actually got around that was far down enough on the list that that it had no chance of making ship by the time we got to the end. And so we haven't done it, but and it's never, I don't think that's ever going to be our primary method of multiplayer interaction. I think that, people, being able to actually play together was a higher priority. And I think it's staying a higher priority. But that said, if we ever did get the opportunities somewhere in the franchise to allow people to sort of have that feeling of, I'm this one community, but I live in a larger world, and all these other players, they exist in the same world as me, and we can interact with each other, almost like maybe even like in an Animal Crossing sort of way, where you can just sort of like see each other's stuff and show off what you can do. Like that actually sounds really potentially compelling. So I like that in theory. Oh, Random Court says that actually no, those notifications about making bullets also have disappeared at some point. So yeah, so we probably give you absolutely no sense of what you've got. So I should actually, well, what I should do is have a look at what I've got here. So I've got 150 45s now, 110 9mm, 60 22, 38 23 3 here. So I'm actually kind of curious. If I sort ammo, what am I gonna get? Okay, so I've sorted ammo. So now I've got 20 more 45 and 20 more 12 gauge. So a total of 40 bullets, which is less than I would have gotten if I had spent twice as much to make that. But yeah, you're right. So basically I got 40 rounds out of 2 ammo from sorting bullets, whereas if I had used an ammo press, I could have gotten 50, even 60, 22 rounds, but for 4 ammo. So you're right that it is significantly less efficient, though it lets me target the specific types that I'm using a lot, which does help. So La Coalition points out, I use pistol ammo only when I can, because it's the same to do headshots against everyone, whether you're using 22 or 7.62. 5.0, which is much more expensive than the other ammo types, does actually kill zombies with non-headshots, so it has a leg up over everybody else. But yeah, the only time when the caliber of bullet that you're firing matters at all, well, it does knockdown. I think like higher calibers of bullets do more knockdown than lower calibers. And so if knocking enemies down and sort of getting them off your back without killing them, if you're trying to like fire crazily and just like, hinder a horde, that can matter. And also if you're fighting a Plague Heart or a Juggernaut, which take a bunch of hits before they get killed, then the caliber bullet matters. But you're right that for every other type of zombie, it makes zero difference what caliber of bullet you're firing at them, which is a problem with the game. And that's actually something we've thought about, is the fact that, we've got, our ability to offer you interesting upgrades to your weaponry is really limited, because a headshot is a headshot is a headshot. Okay, so you know what? Okay, so yeah, so 5.56, I can get a decent amount for the same amount of ammo. 7.62, I can get a decent amount for 6 ammo. That is ridiculous. That's silliness. I don't want to do that. I would need to have so much more ammo in my stash before I would want to spend that. That's crazy talk. So I'll hold on to this for if I need it, but for right now, I think I am going to hold on to this handgun ammo. But yeah, so that it's a serious problem for us, because we want to be able to offer you a nice steady upgrade of different weapons or different trade-offs to make the weapons more interesting. But because the calibers don't actually matter all that much in most circumstances, and there's only a few where they do, it doesn't. The system isn't that interesting. And so that's something we've thought about, the idea of what if we didn't have zombies' heads be made out of paper mache, and firing 22s at them had a chance of not actually killing them even with a headshot. Or if higher caliber bullets could do, enough damage to, say, they're oh, hey, zombie threat at home, yay. Could do enough damage to, let's say, their spinal column if you get, like, central body shots, that they could actually kill the zombie if you're going with high enough caliber. Like, having there be more variability in sort of the value of these weapons feels like that would have some value to it. And we kind of, have shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, so to speak, because we didn't provide a system like that. This array of ammo that's available just doesn't have enough of a range of possibilities going for it. So I guess since we're here, we'll fight off this siege. And then at that point, I think maybe we will have played enough State of Decay 2 that I've got enough videos to last through next week. So one thing I used to do is basically just make absolutely as many State of Decay 2 videos as I possibly could, and end up with a huge backlog of videos on YouTube. I'm trying not to get too far ahead now. I do like to get about a week ahead, so that, during my sort of like my midweek streams can be about whatever games I want, because I'm not sort of behind on State of Decay 2 all the time. But, oh shoot, there's a whole horde getting pulled in. Okay, well, let's just nice. Okay, so we still got more zombies around here. But the official siege is over. Well, you know what the answer to random zombies is? Quitting the game. So I think I'm just gonna quit the game, and we'll wrap this up. But anyway, yeah, so I did used to like to, get as far ahead as possible, but now it's like each time an update comes out, for instance, I like to be able to, immediately stream the update and get some videos out about the update. But if I'm already if I've got like a week and a half or 2 weeks of, backlog of State of Decay videos, it'll take me forever. I just won't feel very current. And so I'm trying to not get too far ahead of myself. So I think the 4 videos that I made today will probably be enough to last me through the end of next week, which will be nice. But then I'll wait until next week to make more State of Decay 2 videos. So let me catch up a little bit with the chat. Hey, it's little Skippy showed up and is like throwing stuff at me. Thank you, little Skippy. Good to see you. Corrupt Snake says, is it possible to have character customization in the near future, or safe to say leave it be and we'll see for State of Decay 3? The problem with character customization is that we want each character you lose to be lost forever. Like, you can't ever get them back. And if we allowed character customization, you could just make the character you want, and then if they get lost, you could just make them again. And so that kind of character customization, where you're customizing the character down to their bones, everything about them, we are probably really going to avoid, because it takes a sting out of permadeath. And the fact that you will literally never see that character in your game again, I think matters to the experience in a way that is probably easy to miss. And so, yeah, so I think we're unlikely to allow that kind of character customization anytime. And if we ever do, I don't know, there will probably be some kind of limit on it. Cogs is saying that the game audio might be a little bit loud. So I'll pull it down a little bit. Thank you. Coalition says that they actually made a month's worth of State of Decay 2 videos so that they could switch over and cover GTA 5, like updates to GTA 5. And apparently GTA 5, for GTA 5, all they're covering is bugs. Well, I'm not going to comment on that just because it would be rude for me to try to talk about a competitor's bugs when we've got so many of our own. And besides, I don't really play GTA 5, and so I don't have any firsthand opinions of that either. But, I mean, it sounds like you're probably providing a useful service to your audience, so, it was probably a good move. And... Oh, yeah. So Malatour points out that it's kind of funny when you have a base that clearly has a bathroom as part of the set dressing of the base, but you still build a latrine outside. And that's the real bathroom that counts. The interior bathroom doesn't count. Yeah, so I think we are probably assuming that the sewer system doesn't work and that you don't have any water pressure in your house except for what you bring in yourself. And so probably the bathrooms inside of houses would have trouble working. Some folks brought up in the chat brought up septic systems, but even those, like, I mean, I think cleaning out and maintaining a septic system takes a kind of effort and a kind of expertise and a kind of equipment that might be really difficult for a zombie survivor community to come by. So I do suspect that even if these people did live in these houses that have bathrooms, I don't think they're using the bathroom inside the house for anything except for like storing medicine or something like that. Because you probably do want a bathroom that you can clean and maintain, which might be much easier to do with a latrine you've built outside. All right. I think we're ready to wrap this up. This episode has started going a little long anyway, so there's a subscribe button. So next week, I'm going to come back and make more State of Decay 2 videos, and the first of those is going to be right there whenever I make it. In the meantime, it's probably going to be my Daybreak video, because that's what I always do. So there you go.